And we're going to start seated on our chair. And it's best if you don't have a rolling chair. If you have something that's not going to wander away when you sit your butt on it, would be best. And we're going to sit, I'm going to go diagonal just so you can see. We're going to sit toward the front half of it. So I'm not scooched all the way back, but I'm toward the front half so my feet are flat on the ground. And the purpose of this is to just really feel your sits bones making contact with the chair. So your sits bones are those two little bony points, kind of where your butt cheeks touch the chair. And you might feel like you can rock onto one or the other. Sits bones are where your hamstrings attach. So I can even feel like in the back of my thigh, my hamstrings have a little pull to them when I do this rocking back and forth. So just take a few more rocks, really feeling where your seat is, feeling your anchor, and then find a place to just settle with your weight dropping straight down your spine from your head all the way to your pelvis, heavy pelvis making contact with the floor. And take a moment here, just close your eyes. Feel your body landing. If something doesn't feel comfortable about this position, change it. Bring your hands to the tops of your thighs and just give some pressure downward, pushing into the thighs, maybe even pushing into the pelvis, feeling yourself really anchor down onto this heavy point. Pelvis dropped down onto the chair, not pulling anything up away from gravity. And when you're ready, just let your hands come to a rested position, wherever feels good. I like mine on my thighs. And we're going to do this breathing technique where we're going to inhale and then we're going to exhale for twice as long as the inhale. So we'll inhale for 2 counts through the nose, and then we'll exhale for 4 counts out the mouth. And we'll do it together. I'll count. So go ahead and let out all of your air. Exhale, exhale, all the stale air out. And breathing in through the nose for 1, 2. Exhale out the mouth for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going, counting on your own. And you can stay with this cycle of 2 and 4, or you could play with 3 and 6, 4 and 8. We'll stay here for a few more cycles, so feel free to experiment a little bit. And go ahead and take one more cycle after finishing whatever round you're on. And let your breath just feel normal and natural now. And just take a moment to notice what that is, where that is. Is it deep in the belly? Is it in the chest or the back? Bring some softness to the jaw and the tiny muscles around the eyes as you gently blink your eyes open. Come back to the room that you're in. Take a look over your left shoulder, slowly glancing at the horizon to just gaze and orient. And bring your focus back around, passing through center and over the right shoulder. Noticing something new in your space, a color, a shadow, and bringing your gaze back toward center. Once you arrive to center, drawing a line with your nose, the gaze starts to float upward, still feeling your pelvis anchored down into your chair. As you look and notice what's above you, lengthening through the neck, careful not to crunch. And then continue to draw that line with your nose back down through center. And we'll just glance down at the floor between our legs, noticing a shape or a color or a scratch on the floor. And the gaze comes back up to center. Excellent. Shoulders roll up and back, forward, up and back. See if the arms can stay pretty heavy here. So the movement is isolated in the shoulders. And whenever we do any of this mobilization at the beginning of class, you don't have to go to the extreme of your range and motion. This is just to get things starting to move. And reverse, shoulders come from the back, forward and down. Feeling your breath incorporate into your movement. Take one more and then relax. Excellent. We're going to get to our spine from this place. So what helps me is if my legs are wide and my arms are on my hips, and we're going to circle the spine around. So I'm really feeling my weight shift on my sits bones, kind of like if we were to be standing up and our sits bones were our feet and we were rocking our weight side, back, side, and front. But here we're feeling it a little bit closer to our center. And taking note that the spine comes all the way up to where your nose and your eyes are on your face, so your head can be involved in this movement. When your spine reaches forward, the chest and heart open, gaze comes up. When your spine retreats back, the gaze comes down toward that spot on the ground between your feet. And the sides are our transitions. It's a simple movement, but there's a lot happening. Feel your breath. And reverse. Feet planted on the ground help to support you. A lot of movement in the pelvis at the base of the spine to make this circling happen. Jaw and eyes are soft. Take 2 more circles on this side. Beautiful. Now we're going to take a side saddle moment. So you're going to shift on your chair so that the back of it is on one side. And we're just going to use this to anchor for a side stretch. So the opposite arm comes up. I'm not exactly, I don't know the best way for you to grip your chair. Maybe your arm goes through or back around, but we're going to take a side stretch toward the back of the chair. And I can actually lean on and use this for support. Maybe the arm doesn't even need to be there. We have one side anchored, one side floating. And feel energy coming up and out of the top of the head toward the fingertips. So again, we're not crunching anything, we're lengthening. Take one more big breath here, and then the arm draws a line through the sky back down to your side. And we'll switch. Bring your arm up on an inhale. Feel your side bend with an exhale. Top of the head reaches long. So feeling the support of the back of the chair without collapse happening. Reach further on an inhale, and on your next exhale, the arm draws a line back down. Beautiful. For one last moment, we'll sit normal in our chair again, but we're going to scooch our hips all the way back so we feel the back of our body against our chair. And we're just going to take some movement, feeling the back body making contact with the chair. Maybe like as if you were a bear and you were rubbing your back against a tree. Just to wake up sensation on the back body. Maybe you lean back or you press back. Sweep the shoulder blades across the chair. Maybe there's a spot that like, ooh, is like a good kind of pressure point massage moment. That's kind of nice. Can the low back find contact with the chair, pressing into the feet to give your body some leverage for push or pull? Mid back. Beautiful. And from here, we'll shift forward to be on our sits bones one more time, feeling that anchor point, feeling the heavy pelvis. That's something we're going to keep in mind throughout class today. So using this chair exploration into the next part of our movement that happens more upright. And as you're ready, head will shift forward to stand you up. Excellent, beautiful. All right, we're gonna do our tactile stuff. Get the oxytocin flowing. So go ahead while you still feel your sits bones. We're gonna rub our hands together. Feel a little bit of heat, warmth for yourself in your chilly Florida morning. Good, and then rub the backs of the hands as well. Beautiful, interlace the fingertips, find a figure eight just for a moment. Leading with the thumbs. Let your figure eight start to grow, feeling the cross body diagonal happening. Can even see it kind of in my sweatshirt lines. Good, as it gets bigger and bigger, looking over the shoulder behind you. And start to bring it a little bit smaller, closer to your body, more in front of you. And without stopping, reverse the direction, leading with the pinky. Seamless. Nice. Good. And then you choose here how big you want your figure eight to be. Does your body want big, huge movement? Is something more medium or small feeling better to you? One is not better than the other. It's just about what's best for you. And again, without moving, switch the order of your fingers so that your other thumb is on top. So you should be leading with the pinky still. Whoa. Beautiful. And again, finding what feels best for you. That could even be a change of speed or weight. Excellent. And without stopping, changing direction so that the thumbs lead. Beautiful. Feeling the hips, knees, and feet as part of your whole structure. And beginning to transition, bringing this figure eight to a close. We're gonna bring squish and squeeze to our body. like your hand is giving you a hug all over. Maybe giving special attention to the areas that need it the most. For me right now, that's like pecs and under the collarbone. Maybe it's shoulders or neck. Taking your time. You are on your timeline. And as you do this, just bring your whole body into your awareness. So if there are any areas where you're gripping that you don't need to be, you can invite them to release. Remembering all of the areas that sometimes get forgotten: feet, ankles, knees, hips, back, armpits, elbows, behind the ears. Take 15 more seconds for this round of squeeze, squish. Maybe you want to spend those last 15 minutes just in one spot, or maybe you want to do another area again. And then we'll move to patting, tapping, or knocking. This is good for moving things that feel stuck or increasing circulation. You might find that rhythm and repetition feels soothing or regulating. Opening the body up for all of these possibilities. And adjusting the strength of your touch depending on what part of the body you're going over. You could always like put your foot on your chair if you want to get to the leg muscles in a way where they're not needing to be engaged. Take 15 more seconds for this round. Check in with those sits bones, heavy pelvis, anchor. Maybe light fingertips on the face, neck. And we'll move to our last round where we smooth everything out. Brushing, softening, comforting. So like, it's okay, touch. And even giving that touch to areas that you don't think need it. Beautiful. And take 15 more seconds. Maybe smoothing out the eyebrows, the jaw, or your mustache area, hair, belly. Excellent. And just let it all go. Give it a shake. Beautiful. All right. I'm going to pause our recording in case there's anything verbally that we want to check in about. Okay. So our prompt here is that our eyes are actually going to be on the front of our pelvis. So as we move, we're going to imagine what our pelvis eyes are seeing. Taking our pelvis for a tour of the space is our first prompt. So let me give us some tunes. And then after the first song, we'll shake. All right. Eyes on your pelvis. Seeing your space. The eyes are on your sits bones, so at the base of your pelvis. New perspective. Bringing your pelvis dance to some sort of ending. Maybe you find a moment for rock and sway. Beautiful. We will begin our shaking for the next song. As you know, shaking can be full body, can be a part of the body. Great opportunity for things to move up and through. Practice of persistence.
Do you know? Do you know? Do you know who you are? Do you know? Do you know?
Feeling the down.
Do you know who you are? And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want for yourself in your life. Whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want for yourself in your life. Whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want for yourself in your life. Whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want for yourself in your life. Whatever you want,
Breathing.
whatever you want, it's yours to have. So do what you want, whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want for yourself in your life. Whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want for yourself in your life. Whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want for yourself in your life. Whatever. And do what you want, whatever. And do what you want.
pelvis like a basketball. Beginning to feel the wind down of our last 30 seconds. Bring your bounce to a whisper of a movement inside of you, so maybe it even isn't detectable from the outside. Feeling the residue. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Again, deep breath in. And exhale out the mouth. Feel this new song moving through your body. How does it move you? Where does it move you? Letting the impulse for movement come from your body. Maybe it's just a shake of the head. Maybe it's a walk in your space. Where does the movement trickle up? Allow that to trickle. How much space do you want to take up right now? Practice to get curious about something in your body. Is it the way that the shoulder blade slides over your upper ribs on your back? Is it how wide of a stance you can have with your movement? Find one thing and stay with that curiosity long enough for it to change. Continuing to allow your body to bubble up any sort of movement, and then deciding when to get curious about a new thing. Keep moving, start to notice your surroundings a little bit more. Just softly using your eyes to map the space around you. For our next prompt, we're going to literally go to our happy place. So your surroundings are going to start to shift and morph into a location, a time, a space, a memory that your body wants to inhabit for the next few minutes together. We'll do 2 songs in this happy place. So start to notice, do you see trees, sand, people? Feel the rigor of the imagination. How does your body feel in this space? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? Feeling the cells of your body opening to receive the goodness of this place. Is it mountainous? Is it a living room? for a moment you're in a cabin in the mountains, and the next moment you're eating birthday cake. For this final song, enjoy all of these happy places, all right here, right now. Can you paint the scene with your body?
Oh, brother, I have tried, like a drop inside the ocean, but there's some karma on my mind. There's a place where I am going. It's out of my control, so I'm gonna coast for a little while. Oh, brother, there's a light. I know I saw it in my father. He couldn't ease her up at night, even though he really loved her. It's out of my control, so I'm gonna coast for a little while. It's out of my control, so I'm gonna coast for a little while.
Feeling the goodness of these places, these spaces. Feeling how your body felt in these places. Bringing that into your cells now. It's attainable.
It's out of my control, so I'm gonna coast for a little while. It's out of my control, so I'm gonna coast for a little while. It's out of my control, so I'm gonna coast for a little while.
Taking your final 30 seconds. Soak it up, savor it. Know that you can always come back. Breathe.
It's out of my control, so I'm gonna coast for a little while.
Beautiful. All right, we're gonna do a group rinse where we're gonna mirror. So I'm gonna start us out. Make sure you can see everyone on your screen. And I'm gonna do some simple movement. When I gesture toward the camera to pass it, I'll pass it to you, Dad. You'll lead us through movement, and then you'll pass it to Bryn. And Bryn, when you feel done and ready, you can do some sort of gesture that lets us know that feels like finished, or like done. Okay? Cool. 1 second. All right, so me, Dad, Bryn. All right. Excellent. Awesome. Thank you. Grab a sip of water, grab a chair. We're not going to use the chair right away, but I want it to be nearby for when we get to that part. All right, beautiful. Cool. All right. Thank you for that group rinse mirroring. Nice to follow and lead and see and be seen. The cat is ready. We're going to stand with our legs wide, a little wider than hip distance apart. Our toes are going to face forward, so we're in parallel. Bend the knees just a little bit and find a figure 8 with the pelvis so it crosses through middle diagonally. Your range of motion is probably a little bit bigger than when we started class. And reverse the direction. I know, it's like, what? Whose pelvis is this? Excellent, great. And bring the pelvis to stillness. Circle the head 2 times each direction, drawing circles with the nose. Again, not going so far that we crunch the back of the neck, still feeling length. Beautiful. Right arm is going to float up and go over the left ear. And just gently pull the head to the side so we get a stretch in the side of our neck. Option to lengthen out the left arm, kind of on a diagonal to increase the stretch. You can even play with flexing and bending the wrist or circling the wrist. Yeah, there it is. Good. Keep that arm extended long. Right hand's going to move to the back of the head. Nose is going to point toward your toe. So you're lengthening the back of the neck now. Left arm can just stay reaching. Kind of like you're sniffing your armpit. Good. And gently release the head. Bring it back on top of the shoulders. Second side. And with anything, just go as far as feels good. If you feel like some sort of ouch after this, then don't go as far on the second side. You can play with flexing and bending the wrist or circling. Nose turns toward the toe, hand comes to the back of the head, sniff your armpit, stretch the back of the neck. Notice if you're holding any unnecessary tension somewhere else in your body. And gently release the head back on top of the shoulders. Good. Take another little, let's do a figure 8 actually with the nose in front of us. Just making a small figure 8. Whoop, doo-doop. Whoop, doo-doop. Good. Just kind of resetting those muscles. Excellent. Inhale, reach up, widen the body. Exhale, bend the knees, soften, curve the head toward the knees. Inhale, reach up. Following the pattern of your own breath, feeling your whole body working together as a unit. Upper and lower. That psoas is bringing length and then contraction between the upper and lower body. Thank you, psoas. Psoas is spelled Psoas. 1, 2 more. When you're ready, we'll meet with our arms wide. Beautiful. We'll start with airplane, finding diagonal line and diagonal line. Excellent. So if I had like a ball in my top arm and I released it, it would land down in my bottom hand if I was a magician. Nice. And even yourself out. And coming back to horizon. Now we're going to shear the ribs side to side. So we're keeping our arms on a horizon plane. So I'm moving my ribs side to side. Nice. Excellent. We'll reach up and over for a side stretch. Any variation is good. If this feels not yummy to your head, neck, and shoulders, this variation gets you the same side stretch. Sometimes putting a hand on the hip is helpful for some leverage. Nice, feeling long energy out of the top of the head, so we're not collapsed, but reaching. Beautiful. And second side. Finding the variation that works best for you on this side. Beautiful. And coming back up. Option to have a slight bend in the knees. Head rolls down, shoulders roll down. Working toward a forward fold, rib cage starts to waterfall down toward the ground. Shoulders slide off the back toward the ears. As you reach down to the ground, head is heavy, neck is long. Shake the head, no. Nod the head, yes. Wiggle the head, I don't know. And while you're here, just start to shift your weight side to side, just a little bit. Pressing the right leg into the ground more, and then the left leg. And bring that to a pause. Walk the hands over to one leg. Take any variation of your choice here. You could hang out, you could bend one knee or the other, you could twist and reach an arm up. You could find a new variation that you've never done that feels good right now. Maybe your variation is to massage your hamstring as you stretch it. And walk the hands over to the second side. Option for variation. Could be the same one, could be a different one. And working your way back to center, we'll take a few pliés before we roll up. So plié means to bend, bending the knees, hips, ankles, feeling the fold, accordion of the lower body, and straighten. Again, plié, exhaling when you plié, and inhale when you stretch. Two more, exhale, plié, inhale, stretch. Last one, exhale, plie, and roll it up. Ooh, take your time. Excellent. All right, go ahead and grab your chair. Right, so we're gonna start with doing our calf stretch, and our hands are gonna come to the back of the chair. So we're not gonna sit in it yet. Surprise, great. So I'm gonna send my right leg back first. I'm using the chair for leverage, so I have some push, feeling the structure. So I feel like the press of my hands into the chair going down through the chair's legs, just like my weight is traveling down through my pelvis into my legs. Beautiful. We're gonna switch. We're gonna do a calf stretch on the left side. Left calf reaches back, left heel reaches back. Noticing the differences there. No body is symmetrical. Breathing, feeling the calf open. Good, and coming back up to 2 feet. Now we're gonna sit on the chair, but we're just gonna stick one butt cheek on it. So let's see, what's the best way for me? I think I can be forward. Okay, whatever orientation on your chair works for you is great for me. So right now, both of my sits bones are on the chair. I can feel that. I'm gonna pivot so that my right sits bone is off the chair, and I'm gonna hold onto my chair here so I don't fall off. Great. The right leg that is not on the chair is gonna drop down, beside me. So it's my knee is reaching down toward the ground. Great. Right arm is gonna stretch up overhead in a nice long line. Good, and then it's gonna stretch toward the back of the chair, kind of like we did in the beginning of class. Beautiful. So this is getting deeper into our psoas, so it's not just like a side stretch for the side of the rib cage. You should also feel it across the front of the right hip. And you can even play with like dropping that bottom knee further back, reaching that foot more toward a lunge. Or if you squeeze your right butt cheek, squeeze the glute, it'll lengthen the front of the hip. Woo! Beautiful. Arm comes up overhead, down to the side, leg comes back in. Both sits bones find the chair and transition second side. So feeling the left sits bone drop off of the chair, left knee drops down long toward the floor. Holding on to the chair with your other arm, left arm comes up overhead and then reaches over to the side. And to intensify your stretch, that left foot can draw back. That left knee could lengthen back behind you, or maybe you squeeze the left glute, left butt cheek. Breathing, lengthening, listening to your body when it says like, that's a good amount, thanks. And on your next inhale, bringing the arm back up overhead, out to the side, and down. Return both butt cheeks to the chair. Excellent. So again, to stand up here, we're gonna rock the head forward and up. I'll show you here. So instead of like, we're gonna go whoop to get up, kind of like you're on your merry way. Excellent. Yeah, all right, we're gonna come down to the floor for our closing part of class. If you have a mat or something you want, feel free to get that. As we're transitioning here, I just want to give credit to a couple colleagues who inspired some of this stuff for class today. My colleague Sky Spiegel, who did the eyes on the pelvis with me last week, and my colleague Olivia Ng, who taught the Psoas workshop and gave me some of those chair techniques. Can give you more of their info if you're interested. All right, you're gonna make your way down to your back. Feet planted on the ground, knees up. Take a moment here, feel your hands on your belly, feel the weight of the hands, making contact with the soft guts. Back of the body supported by the ground. Lengthen the back of your neck just like a millimeter by just gently tipping the chin toward the chest. Not so much that you have to like work to keep it there, but just maybe shifting the head a little bit so we have a little more length there. Jaw is soft. On your next exhale, knees float in toward the chest. Give them a hug. And then bring the palms to the tops of the knees and we'll guide the knees in some circles each direction. Beautiful. Keep the right knee hugged in toward the chest. Lengthen the left leg down on the ground. Flex the left foot. Option to lengthen the right leg up toward the sky for a hamstring stretch. Even if your knee is bent here, you are still getting a stretch. So listen to your body. And fold that leg back in toward the chest. We're going to carry it across for a twist. Opposite arm opens up. Face turns toward the open arm. Feel that shoulder heavy as an anchor. And enjoy the twist. Take one more deep breath here. On your exhale, roll your low back onto the ground, and the left knee floats in toward the chest. Right leg extends out. Flex the right leg, or right foot, sorry. So you kind of like you're standing on it. And then option to lengthen the left leg up to the sky, honoring the differences between the right and left side. Any extra movement here is welcome. Breathing, staying present with your body, keeping your mind in this moment in your body. Fold the leg back down in toward the chest, carry it across your body. For a twist, face turns toward the open arm. Breathe. Take one more breath here. On your next exhale, low back returns to the ground. Take one more moment with both knees folded in toward the chest, and then begin to transition into your first of 3 closing positions. Comfy, cozy, nurtured, whatever your body is asking for. Here's an opportunity to give it that. Moving into your first position. Observing your breath, inviting it to deepen, and beginning to transition into a second position. Comfy, cozy, nestled into a little pocket. Giving your body gratitude as you rest here. Feeling grounded. And as you're ready, beginning to move into your third position, whatever position feels supportive to you in this moment. Begin to deepen your breath, feeling air fill up your lungs, low belly, diaphragm, the back body, side body, feeling the rib cage extend and expand with each breath. Keeping your breath deep, beginning to wake up the body. If your eyes are closed, you can blink them open, start to take in color and light. Begin to taste inside the mouth, maybe smelling the space around you, beginning to move your body to orient back toward the group. Taking your time, no rush at all. Beautiful. I'm gonna stop our recording so we can check out what is going on here.